On the 21st of June 2020, Stardom returned after a 3-month absence with the show Stardom Is Again taking place at Shinkaba First Ring. Since Stardom last hit our screens on the 24th of March with the Cinderella tournament, a lot has changed. We lost 2 members of the Stardom family, and everyone has changed quite a bit. We kicked off with unit promos as the match card was unannounced even to the talent. First off, Queen's Quest. Momo, the leader, has blue highlights in her hair now. Azumi is unrecognisable with being blonde now. And Saya Kamatani looks slightly different with her ponytail. And Hina, one of the young sisters, is now at least 5'5". She has grown a lot. She was about 4'11", but she has grown a lot in these 3 months. And finally, Utami Hayashishita is also blonde now and looks absolutely ridiculously gorgeous. Next up, Oedo Tai. They complained about not having chairs. Natsuko Tora, the leader, has a side cut now and new makeup. Saki Kashima is now ginger. And Natsu Sumire is... Natsu Sumire. Moving on. Tokyo Cyber Squad. No Jungle Kyona, as you'll see later. They cut a promo asking Hana if she was watching, and that they will continue to fight for TCS. Rina is also now really tall, at 5'5" as well, like her sister, and Ruaka was also not to be seen. Donna del Mondo. Julia is also blonde now, and they have a new member in the group which I'll talk about later. And also Maika is jacked. Finally, Stars. As usual with Stars, very cutesy as always. Ida has longer hair along with Starlight Kid. Hanan is also very tall. They talk about how they want Hanan to return soon. Itsuki is nowhere to be found. We went to the ring for a 10-bell salute for Hana Kimura. Rest in peace, Hana. You will never be forgotten. Jungle Kyona came to the ring with her new red hair, and she announced that she would not be wrestling tonight, unlike she planned to. Her feelings were just too complicated at the time, and she will try to get stronger and will return when she is ready. Take your time, Jungle. We want you to be as strong as you can. The opening match was a 3-way between the sisters Rina and Hina and Natsu Sumire. Rina came out to Internet Friends, which was Hana's old theme song. She even had on the fluffy boots and gas mask, emulating her idol, Hana Kimura. As said earlier, Hina and Rina are much taller now, and Natsu Sumire, I'm probably going to show part of her entrance here. Yep. The sisters teamed on Sumire to start the match, but Sumire came back and hit a double crossbody, and then a double Bronco Buster. The sisters hit Samira with a suplex, but then Rina turned on Hina. Rina dominated the match before Samira returned to hit a slam and a big boot for 2. Samira grabbed the bin that she carries to the ring. I don't know why she brings that, but why not? And she put it over the ref's head and spun the ref around, just so she could use her whip on Rina. Samira then hit her fisherman suplex with her bridge, but Hina broke it up. Slugfest, and Hina wins with the hitting judo throws, but Samira starts choking Hina with her whip. Rina comes in and locks in the Hydrogena, which was Hana Kimura's finishing move. She locks that in on Natsu Sumire, but Hina breaks it up. The sisters then fight, with Rina hitting multiple STOs, and then she locks in the Hydrogena on Hina, and Hina taps out in a hugely emotional moment for Rina. After the match, Rina is in tears, and it is almost as if she was saying, "That was for you, Hana." 3 stars recommended. Match 2 was Def Yama-san against Saki Kashima. Saki's theme song is actually pretty damn good, and I think her new look really suits her. Not so sure about Death's theme song though. Sachi is laughing before the match, and we get the usual start to a Death Yamasan match, with her doing her posing a lot. At one point even the ref gets in on the fun and does the death salute. After this, Sachi dominates for the majority of the match, and hits a suplex and a top rope stomp for 2. At one point Sachi, while attempting a tiger bomb of some sort, accidentally spiked Death on her head. She then went for the My Emblem, but it is reversed into a roll-up for 3. Yeah, I didn't like this one at all. Nothing against Death Yamasan or the person who plays it, Kaori Yoneyama, but I feel the Death character has really run its course. She is fun in short spurts like in a tag match, but in a singles match that went over 5 minutes, it doesn't really work anymore. 1 star, you can definitely skip this one. The third match on the card was Natsuko Tora vs Konami. Slugfest to begin the match, Konami wins that. Tora comes back with multiple running sentons. Tora wants to use her chain, but the ref will not allow it. Nasty chops by Tora, but this just serves to fire Konami up. Armbar out of nowhere by Konami, but Tora gets the ropes. Konami kicks Tora about 100 times in the ropes, then hits a nasty tiger suplex, followed by more kicks. Tora pulls the ref in the way of a Konami attack, and hits a rolling senton. She puts her chain on Konami's stomach, heads up to the top and hits a top rope splash. However, the ref refuses to count due to the use of the chain. So Tora pushes the ref over and hits a clothesline with the chain. She then starts choking Konami with the chain before hanging her over the ropes for a rare DQ finish. They grab each other afterwards and Konami decks Tora with a punch. Well, that is certainly one way to completely negate a finish. The match itself was pretty good, and I was fine with the DQ finish and the chain hanging. I felt this made Tora look like a badass heel. However, Konami instantly got up after the match with no sign of pain from being choked out and just punches Tora. So Tora's chain is ineffective, she lost, and then she got decked. This show has made Oedo Tai look like absolute crap. 3.25 star match, but minus half a star for the post-match. So overall I'm going to give it 2.75 of a star. I half-heartedly recommend this one. Match 4 was Azumi and Momo Watanabe versus Utami Hayashishita and Saya Kamatani, also known as Tall Saya. Queen's Quest explode! Utami and Saya have new ring gear and it looks amazing. Especially Utami's. And that coupled with Utami's blonde hair, and Utami looks absolutely amazing. Azumi and Utami start the match with some good fast-paced action. Kamatani hits a couple of nice slams before Momo and Azumi come back with Momo's lethal kicks. Azumi does a nice Beal throw on Saya, which given the height difference between the two, I didn't really see that coming. Momo starts to dominate at a methodical pace before Saya does the Io Shirai gymnast drop kick. Saya and Azumi have some great back and forth action, and then Saya locks Azumi in a couple of submissions which did go on for a bit long before Momo eventually broke it up. Azumi does a nice arm drag pulling Saya off the turnbuckles and hit her top rope stomp. She then locks in her armbar, but Utami quickly broke it up. Samoan drop and drop kick combo on Azumi. Saya's shooting star press misses, but she hits a nice Pele kick instead. Azumi uses her final energy for one more kick on Saya for a double down. Momo and Utami both are in now, and they have a good and long slugfest. Momo with a sleeper, but Utami hits a Celtic cross from a nice submission hold. Assisted moonsault and a double suplex on Momo, and then Utami locks Momo in a sleeper hold. Eventually, with Azumi's help, Momo is able to break out and hit a peach driver, and Azumi hits the top rope stomp, and then Momo with a head kick, but Saya breaks the pin. Saya gets double drop kicked out of the ring, and Momo again locks in a sleeper hold on Utami. After a little while, Utami gets the ropes, but Momo hits Peach Sunrise and a running Meteora, but again Saya breaks the pin. Top rope Meteora, again broken by Saya. Utami finally makes her comeback with a missile dropkick and an awe-inspiring deadlift German suplex. Azumi breaks the pin, stomping on Utami's bridge. Nasty kick by Momo. Peach Sunrise again, but Saya once again breaks the pin. They continue fighting, but the bell sounds for a 20-minute draw. Both Momo and Utami collapse in the ring. Post-match, Utami and Saya Kamatani express their desire to go for the Goddess Tag Belt, currently held by Jamie Hayter and Bea Priestley. Saya's promo was actually really good, and she definitely has a lot of charisma. And overall, the match was pretty good, if a bit repetitive near the end with all the pin breaks by Saya. Speaking of Saya, she did look a bit hesitant and lost at times at the start of the match, but that is expected given her experience. She did get into the groove of things down the line though. It was pretty obvious in the middle of the match, even if you didn't know the finish, that they were going for a draw, which did take me out of it slightly. But I don't want it to seem like I'm hating on this match, because the action was good and Momo's kicks are lethal. 3.5 stars, I recommend this one. The main event was Donna Del Mondo, all three and a new member, versus Stars, Starlight Kid, Tam Nakano, Mayu Iwatani and Saya Ida, also known as Gori-chan. Tam has new gear which looks cute, and Donna Del Mondo's theme song is brilliantly evil. I love it. The new member of Donna Del Mondo is a woman called Himeka. Before this, I had never heard of her. She is now the tallest member in Stardom at a towering 5'7". Himeka starts with Saya Ida, who is 4'9", so quite a bit of height difference there. They start with a test of strength, and Ida actually holds her own. Himeka then raises her hand high in the air to mock Ida's height. So, Ida stomps on Himeka's foot and puts her in a headlock. Sayuri and Kid come in and have a sequence, and Kid has not lost a step, and she's arguably gotten even faster. All of Stars come in and hit moves, including a 4-way dropkick. Starlight hits her absolutely beautiful moonsault. It is just a thing of beauty, much like Natsu Sumire. Donna Del Mondo cheat to get back in control, like good old heels, and Sayuri hits a stiff kick to Starlight. Poor Starlight. Starlight then plays Face in Peril, which is one of Starlight's fortes. Julia, at one point, tries to rip Kid's mask off, but the referee puts a stop to it. Kid does try to fight back, but Julia just boots her right in the face, which Kid sells to perfection. Tam and Julia get into a fight. They have been feuding on social media, so this is carrying on from that. Kid hits a crossbody on Micah and tags in Mayu, who is a house on fire. Rock bottom low by Micah, and then Julia and Tam are in. Hair pulling, slaps, and a trade of blows follow. Julia hits a big boot, and then in a nice tribute to Hana Kimura, does her running kicks that Hana used to do, with which I used to call the Harry Kane run. If you've ever seen Harry Kane take a penalty, you know what I mean. Julia then goes to the top rope, but Ida stops her, and Tam takes Julia down. Tam now goes to the top, and in a nice tribute to her friend and Dreamshine tag team partner, Arisa Hoshiki, she hits Arisa's top rope kick, and it looked brutal and beautiful at the same time. A long slugfest follows between the two, and then Tam takes Julia to Kick City. Julia comes back with a Michinoku driver, but is too tired to make the cover. Really, really top-notch stuff from Julia and Tam. Kid and Shuri come back in, and Kid plays Face in Peril again. but Kid does eventually come back and hit her swinging neck breaker for a 2 count. Ida now in, and she hits her chops on Syuri and does the gorilla chest beat. Oh, how I've missed that. Nice back elbow by Ida. Very unique and cool. I've never seen it done like that before. Donna Del Mondo eventually take control again, but Stars do make a comeback and hit a bunch of moves on Donna Del Mondo for a close near fall. Stars hits simultaneous drop kicks on the ropes, and then Mayu dives on all. Well, she did mostly hit her own teammates and left Himeka unscathed, so it didn't really work very well. Himeka and Ida work together, and then chaos ensues like in most multi-person tag matches. Himeka destroys Ida with a lariat. Brilliant sell by Ida and a brilliant lariat by Himeka. Then Himeka then hits a very cool running powerbomb on Ida, but Mayu breaks up the pin. Donna Del Mondo hit a cool team move dropping Ida on the feet of Syuri and Julia. Himeka then locks Ida in a torture rack and Ida taps out. Post-match, Julia and Tam continue to fight, keeping that feud going, and that is going to be a match of the contender when they have that singles match. But for this match, absolutely excellent stuff, and Himeka really impressed me. Ida's selling was great, and Starlight Kid has gotten even faster. What a main event. 4 stars, definitely recommended. After the match, Donna Del Mondo closed the show with Julia doing her standard stuff, and then talking about how hard everything has been in the last few months. They all point to the sky for Hina, and you can really see how much it affected Julia. Julia leaves last, and fist bumps the air. That did get me. You could see Julia had to fight back tears at the end there. I'm hoping that Hina returned the fist bump, and I believe that she did. Overall, the show's opener was quite good, but the next 2 matches were the opposite, especially Sachi vs Death. Konami vs Tora was good with a bad finish, but the final 2 matches made the show. Queen's Quest Explode was very good but didn't reach the levels of greatness, unlike the main event, which was an absolutely amazing match. I'll give this show a 6 out of 10, mainly for the opener and the final 2 matches. MVP of the night, for me, goes to Himeka. I wasn't expecting too much from her, but she blew my expectations right out of the water with her performance. I cannot wait to see more of her, and she fits right in with Donna Del Mondo. A great signing for Stardom. Match of the night easily goes to the main event. So much action, and everyone shined, and the tributes to Arisa and Hina were beautiful. It also sets up Tam vs Julia, which not only could be a great feud, but that is going to be a great match, or series of matches hopefully, down the line. Definitely watch this match. And if you pick up Stardom World, sign up to Stardom World, this is the first match you want to see from this show. Thank you for listening to the Decent Wrestling Show, and rest in peace Hana Kimura. Goodbye.
Pop my cherry.